Americans, good news. Before you know it, this summer soccer crap is going to be over. And we can stop being embarrassed about our sports teams because coming up next, it is the revenge tour of however many gold medals in a row. USA basketball going to come in and kick all the foreigners' ass, the foreigners that are crushing the NBA, and show our superiority once again for the billionth year in a row. And to do that, the U.S. has assembled maybe the best squad since the Dream Team, including guys who just became citizens a few years ago. Ring chasing in the Olympics is crazy. But all the power to you, Joel Embiid. Just remember, it's 5 fouls in international basketball. Try not to do that in 12 minutes like you did against Canada. Foul out. Try to avoid that a little bit. You don't just get that 6th foul to play with. And the big news out of the USA camp was Kawhi Leonard out with an injury. Who could have seen that coming? I mean, it's not like it happens to every team he plays for. And unless he's on a 1-year prove-it deal kind of thing, a 1-year expiring contract, chance to win a championship, he's probably not going to be healthy. Probably not. In fact, he was using his rolling suitcase in Vegas as a crutch. And so Grant Hill had a decision to make. Who is going to replace the great two-way player, the Claw, Kawhi Leonard? And he went with a guy from the World Champions, a guard from the Boston Celtics. He already had Jason Tatum on the team, already had Drew Holiday on the team. So the next best guy for the Boston Celtics, of course, that's who he went with, Derrick White. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I meant Jaylen Brown? Neither did he. Derrick White gets the selection. Now, let me say this. I love Derrick White. Love him. His story is incredible. He is literally about to go from a guy who played 3 years of Division II college basketball with no offers out of high school into wearing a gold medal around his neck in about a month's time. That's an incredible accomplishment. Right? That is the very top of not just your sport, but sports, to have a gold medal. So I'm happy for Derrick White. I really am. I'm glad that he's on this team. But should it have been Jaylen Brown? I think that's a fair argument. Should it have been Kyrie Irving? No. No, it shouldn't have. That's not my personal vendetta against Kyrie Irving. That's mismatching positions. Kyrie Irving is a ball-dominant point guard. You know who isn't? Jaylen Brown, nor Derrick White. And I look down this roster, and I'm thinking, who is Jaylen Brown's closest comparison on the team in terms of his game, both sides of the ball, the positions that he can defend versus the positions he can play on offense, so to speak, his shot-making ability? And I thought, you know who he really matches up with well? Kawhi Leonard. That's his closest comp on the team. And Jaylen Brown got to the finals MVP mainly because of his defense. Offensive numbers are pretty good. He hit some big shots for them. But he also played terrific defense against Luka Doncic and whomever you threw ahead of him for 5 games in that NBA Finals. Is he an all-world defensive guy? No. But played pretty damn good defense in this playoffs on the way to, one of the most dominant NBA teams ever, as well as an Eastern Conference Finals MVP and an NBA Finals MVP. And his shot-making ability, his shot creation ability is better than Derrick White's. And so I'm sitting here thinking, I love a lot of the things Derrick White can do, but if we're talking about a fit, I don't even know if it's that cut and dry. They both play well off the ball, both offensively and defensively. They can guard a couple different positions. Derrick White's a better shot blocker, which is kind of a cool thing. But really, in a lot of ways, their games are similar, and Jaylen Brown's numbers are better. So why, then, does Derrick White get the call and Jaylen Brown does not? Well, Grant Hill gave his thoughts, and he talked about the fit thing. Okay, that's how you get out of the answer. Grant Hill, the GM of the team, thinks that Derrick White is a better fit. Okay, we can argue that till the cows come home. Jaylen Brown had his own theory. Now, I love Jaylen Brown as a diehard Celtics fan. I love the maturity that he added to his game in the last year. I've talked about this before. He was memed to death with not being able to use his left hand in that series against the Heat in 2023. And all he did in the offseason was come back and not just improve his left hand, but improve literally every part of his game. Became a better defender, became a better shot creator, became a better shot maker, became a better transition player. All of those things. Better ball handler with both hands. Yeah. He became a much better all-around player. He should have been an all-NBA player this year, as he was in 2023. But he wasn't. And Jaylen Brown, at the end of the season or during the finals, was saying, that stuff doesn't matter to me. I don't think I'm getting respected as much as I should be, but the All-NBA couldn't give a shit. That's what he told us. He said, I only care about the team stuff. And then he wins the team stuff. And right after, weeks after, it becomes a big deal to Jaylen Brown that he has not gotten an individual honor to play for Team USA. 2 tweets after the Derrick White announcement, one of them just the monocle guy, as if, where did that decision come from? And then, taking the vagueness out of it, tweeted at Nike, we really doing this? As if Nike, which is a big sponsor of USA Basketball, like the big sponsor of USA Basketball, is calling the shots. That Phil Knight is getting Grant Hill on the phone and saying, Jaylen Brown, Kyrie, or Derrick White. Well, only one of those hasn't taken shots at me and my company, so why don't you go with him? Crazier things, right? But look, it's tough for me to sit here. As much as I wanted Jaylen Brown on the team, it's tough for me to sit here and say that he's not on Team USA because he's criticized Nike in the past, or because he's a Muslim, or because Kyrie's not on the team because Nike cut ties with him. And I just, it seems a little far-fetched to me. But what's weird is that I can sit here and say, yeah, I really wanted Jaylen Brown, but that doesn't make sense. And Jaylen Brown can't sit there as a 27-year-old NBA champion and all-NBA guy and say, yeah, maybe this was just a weird call. Instead, he really thinks it's Nike, and he clearly really cares about this, which I get it. We're all human. But you can't be the guy who's telling me all season long that I don't care about the individual accolades. I only care about the team stuff. And then once this first individual kind of accolade doesn't go your way after winning the championship, then you care again. Because also that's your teammate that's going to the Olympics. If a Derrick White getting chosen to the Olympic team is going to bring down this great Celtics core and put the disease of me all over this, then this team was never born to be a dynasty, which hasn't happened yet. But if that's what's going to bring this team down, I might just need to take out Grant Hill's other ankle. This is, by the way, Grant Hill, a guy whose career more or less ruined because he wore Fila shoes instead of Nike. If anyone's got a vendetta against Nike, it could be Grant Hill. And you think he's going to make the decisions that Phil Knight's telling him to? I just don't think so. I don't think so. This isn't Oregon. USA Basketball can survive without Nike and Nike's money. Trust me, they can. So was I surprised to see Derrick White over Jaylen Brown again? Yes. Big time. I think Jaylen Brown is the better player. I think Derrick White can give you some great things and is going to fit well and mesh well with a team. But I think Jaylen Brown would have done the same. He has, for all this talk, he has taken the place as still a second fiddle, second banana to Jason Tatum. Yeah, Brown won the Finals MVP and the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and he proved a lot of people wrong in this playoff run. But he's always been the second guy a damn good, maybe the best second guy in the league now, but second guy to Jason Tatum. And through it all, he's played through it and gotten better. He's been outspoken at times about his individual respect, but at the end of the day, he's come back a better basketball player throughout it all, culminating in this season, when again, the spotlight was only on him in a negative way. He signs the biggest contract in the history of the NBA, and the Celtics got a lot of shit for that. And all Jaylen Brown did was get better. So my hope as a Celtics fan is that this doesn't turn into the drama that the media is going to try to make it out to be and will try to make it out to be all offseason long, especially when Derrick White does win that gold medal and Drew Holiday and Jason Tatum do win the gold medal. And they take a picture, for the Celtics social media pages. What we can only hope for is that Jaylen Brown will handle it on the court the same way he has the last few years. If Jaylen Brown's going to be pissed off his whole career, but it turns him into a Hall of Fame player, I'm here for it. Makes him worth that contract like it did this year, I am here for it. It might get annoying about him being pissed off this whole time, but if it turns into more Celtics championships, I'm here for it. But the disease of me, the disease of more, if that gets sprinkled into this team and this team's ecosystem, and it comes down to something as really as small in the grand scheme of the NBA world as Derrick White getting chosen over him for Team USA, then that's a problem. Then that is a problem. But Derrick White, congrats, man. Let's take home this gold.
We are Rogue Media Sports.